discuss the outcome of the election.
A man who was shot by Gardaí... The man shot by Gardaí yesterday has died. The INLA say he was a member. The protest at Dublin Port bites. Truckers say they're blockading commercial traffic. Algerians vote on their first parliamentary elections in more than 5 years of violence. And calls on the government to provide legal advice for people seeking refugee status. Good evening and welcome. A man who was shot by Gardaí during an armed robbery in Dublin yesterday has died of his wounds in hospital. In a statement tonight, the INLA said 26-year-old John Morris from Sundale Close in Tala was one of its members. 2 other men were brought before the Special Criminal Court in Dublin, where they were charged with robbery and firearms offences.
Following the shooting, 26-year-old John Morris was taken to St James's Hospital. He was found to have suffered both body and head wounds and was transferred to the neurological unit at Beaumont Hospital. He remained in a critical condition for almost 24 hours and died shortly before noon today. The INLA said this evening he was one of its members. The shooting took place when detectives foiled an armed robbery at the premises of Newspread, book and newspaper distributors in the Golden Bridge industrial estate in Inchicore. Gardaí had noticed suspicious activity in the area and confronted 3 men, one of whom had a pistol, as they emerged from the rear of the premises. According to sources close to the investigation, the officers identified themselves as armed Gardaí and told the man to drop his gun. When the gun was pointed at them, 2 detectives opened fire. The gun was later found to be cocked but not loaded. However, it was pointed out that the detectives had no way of knowing this and opened fire when they believed their lives were in danger. A senior officer from another division has now been appointed to investigate the robbery and the circumstances of the shooting. Meanwhile, 2 other men were brought before the Special Criminal Court in Dublin this afternoon to face charges in connection with the robbery. They were Dennis Thompson, aged 19, from Clunmore Avenue, Jobstown, and Thomas Price, aged 28, from Ballbrook Drive, Tala. Both were charged with robbing Paul Coleman of £889.40 and with having a .22